Today is June 9th, 2021. We are approaching the end of the month of Sivan. Today is actually the 29th day of Sivan. And Friday will be the first day of Tammuz, and that's when we decided we would take a break from our daily offerings. We really appreciate everybody being there and letting us know. What we've been doing now is offering a Mishnah from Pirkei Avot. We're up to chapter 3, Mishnah 16. And, like with all Jewish texts, they need to be read with commentary.
Yeah, this one especially.
And this one especially, you could really miss it. You could miss this one. So we'll try to pick it apart and talk about it a little bit. But first, it's become our custom to always offer a mishaberach, a healing prayer. And I'd like to start the healing prayer with our friend Xavier Ernst, mother Shirley Ernst. And Xavier, we're going to be praying for your mother Shirley. Hearts are kind of our specialty around here, Prayed for hearts for a long time. So you tell your mom we're praying for her, and we'll put her in our daily healing prayer list as well. And for Sam, for Joko, for Terry, for Heather, for all the people that we know, for Andy, with diseases of the body and the mind and the spirit.
Come on in, Andy.
Come on home.
Plenty of room on the porch, and what to talk about. רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף. Healing of the spirit and healing of the body. For those we know, for those we don't know. For those we know, for those we don't know. On my right, the angel Michael. On my left, the angel Gabriel. In front of me, the angel Uriel, Uriel, Uriel. Behind me, Raphael. Above my head, above my head, above my head, above my head. Shekhinah. Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, great healer. Amen. And for learning the purity of it, the opening of it, the pleasure of it, the implications of it. V'ha'arefna Adonai Eloheinu et divrei toratcha b'finu. Make the words of your teachings pleasant on our lips, the lips of all of those that come into our screens. V'nihyeh Anachnu v'tze'etzaeinu v'tze'etzae amcha. So we can enjoy it for its pleasure and for its implications in our lives, the works of our hands. Ma'aseh yadeinu, what we know becomes what we do, what we know to what we do. And also for the purity of it, for the cleansing nature of learning. The sacred nature of learning. Baruch atah Adonai melamed Torah le'amu Yisrael. Blessed are you who teaches to your people in this fashion. Amen.
Well, if you want a sign that these Mishnahs have been in sync with every day, just think about the Torah portion this week and this Mishnah. Because this Mishnah begins, the portion this week is Korach. So Rabbi Ishmael says, what does he say? Well, so let's just read it, and then you'll see that without the commentary, you could really miss this.
Let's just translate it literally for a second.
Go ahead.
Though it's hard to do because it seems to be either something missing or...
There is, yeah, definitely.
The Hebrew is peculiar.
Okay.
Kal, light to the...
Yeah, like don't be heavy with your superiors, with the Rosh, Don't
But who's the Rosh?
Nice
the Rosh usually involves another word,
Rosh of something. Rosh of something. Yeah. So anybody who's a Rosh to you, maybe anybody who's a Rosh to you, don't be so critical, right? Which is what Korach was too. Moses. Maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to figure.
And then the next one is really interesting.
So also, what could it mean to be light about the Rosh? Let's say it's light about the Rosh. So what? So don't take the Rosh too seriously? Could be that. Because you could come with a bad Rosh. You know what happens when you have a bad Rosh? Don't let it... And also that would follow from the rest of the Mishnah.
Yeah.
If you're light with the Rosh, don't let the Rosh bring you down, all the way down.
Don't let the Rosh bring you down. But also, if you're jealous of the Rosh, which, it turns out that's what Korach was.
But think about
don't take down the whole system because of your ego.
Think about our experience, though. How many years did we spend being so distressed about the Rosh? And our message for those years was don't let the Roshes bring you down. Yeah. It wasn't just the Rosh, by the way. The Rosh was the paradigm for the whole system. There was a whole group, there was a whole structure that was so discouraging. So be calm about it. Don't be so discouraged, And the one thing that it will be certain is that you don't put your foot in the same river twice. It will change. It will change. That's the Greeks expression. But it was a heavy period we're coming out of here, where it was just every day it was the battering of good intentions and confidence in the Rosh. So lighten up about the Rosh. It'll change. V'noach, and this next word is difficult too. Tishchoret. The third part of it, I think we can...
Well, you didn't do the second part yet.
I know, but
cooperative.
Thank goodness we have the third part that we could be a little more, have more confidence in.
Yeah.
But this tishchoret is a difficult word too. What does it mean? Either youth, or it could also mean like forced service, like service of some kind.
Well, if Rosh is the ones who are above you, maybe the Tishchoret are the ones who are not yet where you are.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good
You
one.
know?
Yeah. Tishchoret.
So, and then it includes everybody. And then it says,
Or one of the commentators says, like, outward circumstance, like what you have to do.
and then the last part says, receive all people, with simcha, with joy, with cheerfulness.
Receive everyone
So,
with joy. And, we
it
know
could
people
be,
like that.
I mean, when we think about this in terms of this week's Torah portion with Korach, who says to Moses, hey, Moses, what's the deal with you? The whole community is holy here. And Moses, God bless him. He's so humble. He falls on his face and he looks at himself and he sees it. But in that moment, the truth is that Korach wasn't machloket b'shem shamayim. It wasn't a controversy for the sake of heaven. It was for the sake of ego. And so Korach and his followers too, are swallowed up by the earth. So this Mishnah could also be a look, you're part of something bigger than yourself. Find your place in it and be cheerful about it. Don't destroy everything, Don't destroy everything with the chip on your shoulder. Don't destroy everything because you can't find your right place in this. And it may not even be your fault. It may be, like Jimmy says, because there's bad leaders, because you're in a system that's broken. But we have to figure out, how to, how to make it work. How to be a part of the solution and be not part of the problem.
Shachar, tishchoret, shachar. The root is shachar, like dawn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a strange concept.
Mm-hmm.
Strange word. I don't know what to
Yeah.
make of it. Anyway, Rabbi Ishmael, whose name is given to this expression, in the Talmud, he's placed at one time or another at captivity. He was released from captivity somewhere. And even in some of the documents, he's captivity in Rome.
Yes,
So
he had reason
yeah.
to doubt. He had reason to look at the people that he had to listen to and to see the next generation that were going to take those positions of leadership too. And I'll tell you, we've been talking a lot about this. Maybe this is what this is look, there's gonna be imperfect people around you.
Yeah, you got that right, baby.
You know what? Be kind. Bring simcha, bring joy to the situation if you can. There's plenty of opportunity.
Dr. Yerushalmi
Yeah? What does he say?
calls it early manhood or youth, something like that.
Oh, that's what that is. Well,
That's what Dr.
one of the commentators says, it's the, so you're living in this system of people who are above you and people who are on their way up.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't be discouraged.
Yeah, don't be
That's
discouraged.
how I read it.
Yeah, I like that. That's okay.
Don't be too heavy with it. There are things to get heavy about, but don't be discouraged.
That's good too. I like that. Yeah, right. And what you do have control over is being cheerful, right? What you do have
greet
control
everyone
over.
with, and we know people like this. We know people who just have a good attitude, and you want them in your life. You need it. Like I know this one guy. Sometimes I call him up, and before COVID, we never did anything. But I would say, I need a dose of M. I said, come on. And I hardly see this guy. We go to Starbucks. We sit in chairs that are parallel to each other, so we're not facing each other. We look ahead. We sat and drank a cup of coffee, and he just cheered me up. And sometimes we talked about stuff, and sometimes we didn't.
Yeah,
We sat there for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
I need some M.
Yeah.
We know people like this.
Right. And so you
My
can
grandfather was like that.
Yeah, he
He was
was.
so like that.
Right, he just brought joy.
He lit
brought
up a
joy.
space,
Yeah, he brought joy. So this Mishnah is saying, yesterday's Mishnah was about when you don't bring the sacred into everything you do, when you don't see it in everything you do, you can be part of the problem. And this Mishnah, I think, is saying, BM. BM for somebody.
Yeah, man.
BM for somebody.
Wouldn't you like to be that for somebody?
Yeah, bring some joy. Who can you bring joy to today? Just from acceptance, not from judgment, not from telling them they're a terrible leader or that they're doing it wrong. But who can you just bring joy to today?
Yes, sister.
Right?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Maybe that's today. Today as we...
And
yeah.
bless our president, our vice president, our new mayor, and all their noble retinue.
Yeah, really. They're trying to do good. They got a hard job. So let's do our job. And, be kind to the Rosh. Be cooperative with the ones who are ascending. And receive all people with simcha, with cheerfulness, with joy.
Yeah, man.
And we got a prayer for peace here. It's like,
when the upper root and the lower root find each other, they meet at the inner point of truth. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. The inner point of truth will open unto everything, and it will be a secret, generous wisdom. Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. The inner point of truth will lift us into everything, within and around a seamless version of the whole, and every individual will be known as a version of God. Yes, this is it. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yaseh lecha shalom. Peace. Bless us with peace. Kain yehi ratzon.
Kain yehi ratzon. Bless us with peace. Kain yehi ratzon. Kain yehi ratzon.
Yes, this is it.
Bless us with peace. And tomorrow morning, in Yirtzeh Hashem, inshallah,
Inshallah.
we get to come back and be here at 9:30 Central Time. Rabbi Akiva will join us from the Mishnah.
Good, I'd like to talk to him.
Yeah, we could use a little dose of Rabbi Akiva. So have a great day, everyone. A day of light, a day of lift. And, BM for somebody today. Bring a little joy to somebody. No judgment, unconditional love. Getting out of our own way. Less self, more God.